live in 5, 4, 3, 2. We're live.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. It is currently 8 a.m. like normal. It is 56 degrees outside, so it's pretty nice out right now. Allegedly, it's supposed to get windy. It doesn't seem all that windy outside at the moment, but my phone is saying wind today, so be advised it's going to be windy, I suppose. But it's going to get up to about 76, 77 degrees today, so it should be warm enough to go out and do some fun activities this evening after work. So go out and enjoy your Friday. It's going to be a great day for it. Remember, this is the, if you're practicing of the Christian faith, this is the crucifixion day, and then Sunday is the resurrection. So remember, this is the holiday to celebrate Christ and celebrate the sacrifice of our Lord and Savior, the man who went on the cross and took on the burden of our sins and gave us the opportunity at eternal life. So keep that in mind as this weekend rolls around. But definitely spend it with family, enjoy times with family and friends, and remember what this is all about, the opportunity at life and the wonderful chance we get to live and be here. So
Amen.
Now, with that being said, local events, the only things you got really going on the calendar, according to the Owassoisms, because the Chamber's done this week, it's the Easter egg hunts. So you have the community Easter egg hunt, and then you have Discovery Church's Easter egg hunt. So
That is correct.
if you don't already know about those, then you haven't been watching, or you must be living under a rock.
That's it. Yeah, that's the community Easter egg hunt at Renola Park, but there's also that pet rescue Baja Jacks fundraiser.
That's
on
right,
Saturday as well.
Saturday morning. So it's a breakfast to what, 9 to 11 or something, or was it 9 to 3?
It was 9 to 11 a.m.
9 to 11. There you go. So it's a breakfast fundraiser for the pet
rescue. Yep.
Pet rescue.
And then, of course, the Discovery Church Easter egg hunt on the 31st, which is Sunday.
Perfect.
And that's pretty much all there is. So,
All right,
at
fantastic.
least for this week, anyway.
All right, so the Thunder will be playing tonight, so go watch that. If you don't have anything else going, if you don't have better things going on, sit down and watch the Thunder play. Hopefully they can come back with a W and
Amen.
get their record stronger.
According to the standings as of right now, the Nuggets are in first in our conference with 51 wins and 22 losses. The Timberwolves are in second, and they have 50 wins and 22 losses. But they're on a 3-win streak right now, which is why they're ranked above us. And then, of course, we're right there at third with 50 wins and 22 losses, but we just had that L from the Rockets the other day.
All right, and let me jump back. I actually got ahead of myself. We forgot to do the traffic update, which it's Friday. Again, apparently nobody works on Friday because traffic conditions are not bad at all. Even when I was driving out here at 7 in the morning when I pulled into this parking lot, no traffic conditions bad whatsoever. So I don't know. Again, is Friday just not a work day anymore? Do businesses not go 5 days a week now? Is it a 4-day-a-week work month? I don't know. Or work week, but there's just no traffic going in on Friday. So if you're commuting in Tulsa, you're going to be just fine. So no worries there. Now, pushing on to national news. We'll start off with Biden and his amnesty bill push. So apparently, and we got to push away from this language. We can't use the left's language. I agree with Tim Pool. Tim Pool is he runs Timcast IRL. He runs Timcast News Media. Check out Tim Pool. He's got some really good takes. I like him a whole lot. So he helps me form a lot of my political opinions. He's very news oriented, very facts detailed oriented. So.
And he's not left or right, despite
Yeah,
the fact what the
a lot of
media
people will
says.
say he's a fence sitter, but yeah, the left, the media in general says he's right wing, which is not true at all. He actually has quite a few socialist ideals and politics, but he is a fence sitter. He is a middle of the road kind of fella. So, either way, he says we can't use the language of the left, and I agree with it. We have to start calling these people what they are. They are criminal migrants or criminal aliens. Do not say they're illegal. Do not say that they are, what is it? They're undocumented. Yeah, so don't use that language. They're just criminals. There are criminals who have crossed our border illegally. So
Criminal aliens is the legally correct term.
yes, so these criminal aliens, Biden's talking about giving all these criminal aliens amnesty. And the reason this is, well, so if you don't know this, and this is a very important thing you need to know. Now, the Senate seats are divvied out by the state, and you get 2 Senate seats per state. Right? Seems fair, easy, done. Congressional seats are done by population, not voter population, total population. So it's estimated that the Democrats have an extra 13 seats because of the illegal immigrant populations in all the states that have been brought in, have brought on these illegal immigrants. So, again, remember this. Not voter population, not citizen population, total population. So this is a big reason why the Democrats are allowing illegal immigrants. A, cheap labor, and B, more congressional seats. Because what are you going to do? Of course you're going to vote for the party that gives you free stuff. Of course you're going to vote for the party that wants you here. Now, we can't vote for the people that don't want us here and are mean and saying, go back home. Remember that, folks. Like, that's what it is. So there's an estimated 13 additional seats in Congress right now that Democrats hold because of the illegal immigrant population that is being brought in.
Which this is what most people talk about when they say that bringing in illegal immigrants to vote. This is what most people mean is there's voting.
Yes, we had a conversation
Congress
with somebody here in the office not too long ago. They're not allowed to vote. And that's not true either. They're attempting to pass legislation in states like New York and California where people who live there can vote on not citizens, not voters, illegal immigrants. They're trying to pass it to where illegal immigrants can vote in state and local elections. Yeah. And if they get that passed, the federal elections is right around the corner. Just remember this, folks. Like this is what the push is, because eventually they're going to make the argument. This will be the argument. They will make the fact that illegal immigrants or criminal aliens not being able to vote, they will liken it to slavery. They will say, you don't even count them as people. You're not you're not looking at them as human beings. They're not allowed to vote. Like, no, we're not giving them the right to vote because they committed a criminal act getting here. It's the same thing whenever Democrats say we want the prison population to vote. Well, of course, people in prison are like, yeah. We want to vote in the person that's going to get us out of here. That's going to pass very laxed.
That's going to pass bail reform.
Bail reform, yeah. So that's what they're doing. They're bringing in these people to vote, and it's not going to happen fast. It'll take time, but still, the fact that there are 13 additional seats is nothing short of crazy right now. So keep this in mind as you're going in the future. Like I know a lot of people, I guarantee you, if there are Democrats right now going, that's crazy talk. It's not. This is what they're doing. I mean, they are trying to get criminal aliens the right to vote in California and New York right now. It's scary stuff. So again, there's already 13 congressional seats filled because of the illegal immigrant population. Criminal alien population. Excuse me. See? Look at how indoctrinated I am to the language, even though I've told myself in my head, we got to use it this way, but the media has...
Criminal alien.
Yes. I can't even say it right myself, and I know how I want to refer to them as. So keep that in mind, everybody. We're only... The Midwest, the flyover states, as we're called, are only 5 years behind California and New York on whatever they do, whether it be fashion, ideas, regulation. We're 5 years behind them.
5 to 10 is usually the number, is for 5 to 10 years behind California and New York.
So that's where we're at. So we got to stand fast and hold the line, conserve our values, conserve our traditions. We want our fellow countrymen to inherit what the founding fathers left us. We want the people that are here paying taxes and that helped to build this country to benefit off of it. Not people that just showed up and said, hand me $10,000 and a free cell phone. Craziness. So, with that being said, there was a viral TikTok guy. He is a guy from, I want to say Brazil, not Brazil or Honduras, somewhere. He is a criminal alien who migrated here, and he just took up residence in New York. And he made TikTok videos, obviously not in English, telling all these people who have their free phones how to squat. He was teaching them how to squat and kick landlords,
houses.
Yeah, out of their houses and basically become a resident there. Well, thank goodness, this whole amnesty bill hasn't been passed yet, but this guy's getting deported. I mean, and then he made a viral TikTok video of him holding his daughter going, you can't kick you. I mean, when he was doing the TikTok video where he was teaching people how to do this, I mean, he looked thuggish.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, these people, they can't stop us. We're going to do whatever we want to do. In obviously Spanish or some, whichever. I guess
if it was Brazil, it would have been Portuguese.
Whatever. It might have been Honduran too, but I'm not sure. It's irrelevant to the point because he was hostile. He was very aggressive in that video, and then he had a video of him holding his little baby daughter, and the next one going, "You can't kick me out of this country. I have to be here. I don't feel safe going home." It's like, man, you were teaching people how to do criminal acts on TikTok, and now you're hiding behind your daughter. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, you're gone, bro. It's ridiculous. People think they can get away with that. These are the people that we've brought over here. People who are bragging about getting here, crossing the border illegally. People who are bragging and teaching people how to do criminal acts and helping their fellow criminal aliens steal from American citizens. And then all of a sudden, whenever he gets caught, for publicly posting these videos too. It's not like it was hidden. I mean, he was bragging about it.
Yep.
And now he's hiding behind his little daughter, holding her up, going, "Oh, don't kick me out. I want to be in this country." It's like, get out of here, bro. I had guys who were from Puerto Rico, all of these Latin American countries, who joined the armed forces and became really good friends of mine at basic training, who were here for 1,000 different reasons, but they did it the right way. Renounced citizenship to their country, came here,
serving in the military
currently because they wanted to be a part of this country. Mm-hmm. Not because they came over here criminally and were like going, I'm going to teach you how to squat and teach you how to steal from Americans and see how dumb they are, see how dumb their laws are. Yeah, we have some dumb laws. But thank God there weren't ways for those dumb laws to protect dummies like you. Ridiculous.
But also, speaking on that, did you hear about Kamala Harris visiting Puerto Rico? What happened with her?
What happened? I haven't heard anything about this.
This is the funniest thing. It's the only kind of funny caveat that I'll deviate from what we're talking about. She went to go visit Puerto Rico with like the energy ambassador or whatever, and
the energy ambassador to Puerto Rico.
No, of the United States or whatever. I forget what it was exactly, but Kamala Harris is in Puerto Rico visiting. And all of a sudden, she steps outside of this embassy or wherever she's at, and there's people that start playing drums and they're singing, and she starts clapping to it. And it turns out that she has a translator with her. She doesn't speak Spanish, and the translator looks at her, taps her. Apparently, it was like a protest song about her, and she was clapping along to that. Puerto Ricans are like, "Why are you here? You don't need to be here."
And that's awesome.
She's over there clapping along to it.
That is awesome. That is awesome. God, Puerto Ricans, man, they're the best.
That was the only little deviation. I just saw that yesterday, and I was laughing so hard at that.
Almost Mantequilla. Oh my God, that is awesome.
Anyway, get back to the whole criminal alien, the kid he's going to be deported now, apparently.
Yeah, thank goodness. That's about all I've got for him. But speaking on New York and what's going on in New York, there's a new viral
TikTok sensation.
Yeah, and it's really less of a sensation it's a sensation for the chicks who are reporting on the aftermath of it, but New York is officially the top state for beating women. It's the woman. Welcome New York, the woman beater state.
The woman beaten state and city. Yep.
So, several women have come out on TikTok and said that they're just getting punched in the face by creating that. Whether it be, it's probably illegal. It's probably criminal aliens and homeless people, mentally unwell people who live in the state of New York. But yeah, these girls are just saying they're walking down the street and some guy randomly comes up to them and just drills them in the face. Multiple TikTok videos have been made of women in the aftermath, like they're getting these big old black eyes, getting big old goose eggs on their foreheads growing, and they're just like, I don't know what. And it's typical women stuff. Like, women are not made to be hit in the face, especially by men. Like, they are, like, it's bad. And the fact that we live in New York is a place, especially New York City, is a place where women are not protected and women are not looked after. I mean, what are you going to do? It's like, what the police are going to arrest the homeless guy? We can't get any money off of arresting the homeless guy. We can just shake our finger at him and be like, hey, don't do that.
If they're catch and release programs, he's getting released that same day anyway.
Yeah, even if they caught him. Like, none of these guys, it's just a random assault. It's like the knockout game, but probably for homeless people.
Battery. Assault is verbal. Battery is physical.
Battery. So, it's nuts that
but
this is what happens when you live in New York. These are the laws you voted for. We want
cultured,
homeless,
so beautiful.
Yeah, we want these people to not be forced to go away. Like, we don't give property owners rights. We don't give landlords rights. It's just like, hey, no, you can't tell that person to get off your front lawn. You can't tell that person to move his tent. You can't tell that criminal alien over there that he shouldn't be here. You're a bad person for doing that. Shame on you.
Well, getting to, like, kind of the crux of this is apparently some women's organization, I forget the name of it, is, like, saying, why aren't men defending this? And, well, we've seen that what happens when men come to defense of people
that
in
Marine,
New York.
The Marine on the subway.
Penny.
That guy was sitting, there was a black guy on the subway saying he was going to stab people, and a Marine went over there and put him in a chokehold.
But it wasn't just him. There were several people that were assisting him.
But they're criminally prosecuting him.
Yep, Daniel Penny.
Why would any man, seeing what's happening to Daniel Penny, help any woman?
Yep.
It's like, it's like in New York, a woman got raped on the subway and people just filmed it. They're like, we have the proof, we have the evidence. This is not a society I want to live in. New York is not a state or a city I want to live in. I don't want to live in a place where a guy, a man, seeing that would be like, well, I'll film it so we can get it taken care of in court.
That's the whole reason why you and me don't like modern day journalism, because what do journalists do? Instead of helping, they pull out their camera and film it. That's what we've turned into as a society. Pull your phone out and let's film it.
Yeah, we've turned everyone into a journalist in this society. Don't get me wrong, journalism's important, but not as important as doing the right thing, especially when it comes to something like that. And again, I get it. Like, nobody wants to be the next Daniel Penny being dragged off to prison because you stepped up and tried to save somebody. We cannot prosecute people for doing the right thing. Daniel Penny should be celebrated as not only a veteran as a hero, but as a hero for being the person who stood up in the subway to help somebody, to protect other people. It's like, nope, the state's going to be like, New York City, we're going to prosecute you for that because that person who was threatening violence against people has rights. You know what? I think you forfeit your rights the minute you start threatening people. Now, obviously, there's a fine line between words and physical violence, but at the same time, you have some guy threatening somebody on the subway with death, like, I'm going to kill you. And there's video footage of the guy saying, I'll kill you, I'll stab you. What? I mean, sometimes you have to take people at what they're going to say. So, yeah, this is the New York City. This is the culture and the society you've cultivated. These are the laws you voted for. Give the criminals power, embolden the criminals, weaken the citizen.
Well, not to mention the National Guard is still deployed to the subways right now.
Yeah, our brothers in arms, are guarding the subways, checking handbags. What a waste of resources that is. This is a police matter, not a...
Well, it also stands to reason, if New York is all, sunshine and rainbows, why does the National Guard need to be deployed in the first place?
Yeah, absolutely. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But again, this is the society that Democrat laws and Democrat policies have cultivated. A society where men go, You should want to live in a society where a guy goes, not on my watch. But we've cultivated a society in New York where they go, I guess I'll sit and watch.
Not my problem.
Woman getting raped right in front of me, not my problem.
Well, that's bad. Somebody should do something.
Yeah, this is feminism. Modern day feminism, everybody, right here. You can do it yourself. Black Widow your way out of that situation.
We've seen the movies. Women are just as capable as men.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, yeah, you get what you vote for, and your policies create the society that you vote for. And that's what New York is now. Borderline failed state, failed city.
Said it's literally turning into that cheesy Kurt Russell movie, Escape from New York.
Yeah, yeah. But the problem is people, even the guy that, somebody like the guy that directed that movie, what's his name?
Oh, the guy that did the Thing and all that. I forget. John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. Even people like him who are, staunch socialist-style Democrats, they probably couldn't see the fact that it's the Democratic policies that have created that world, that dystopic society that he made that film about. It's like, no, that's Republicans' fault. That's how entrenched they are in their ideology. So, what that means, like I said, let Giuliani come back and fix the city like he did back in the day. Holy cow.
Back in the, what was it, late 90s?
Early 2000s.
era.
90s, 2000s, yeah. My goodness. But yeah, this is what happens when you disembolden the police and you empower the criminals and give more rights to the criminals than you do the police who are going in there every day and doing the job. Now, again, the police in New York aren't perfect. No police officer is. But embolden them to do the things that need to be done instead of being like, well, I'd rather not risk going into a community of color and having to draw my weapon and then going to jail for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not worth it.
True.
Yeah. So speaking on this whole women getting punched in the face becoming a regular thing in New York, I kind of want to go back to what we were addressing yesterday about kind of like OnlyFans and the sugar daddy apps that a lot of the girls. So we live in a society now where girls live alone. Like that's, I want you to think about this. Like this is not a normal thing. Like back as women moving out and living on their own was something that kind of at first reared its head around the 20s. So like you'd always have your parents, the girl would live with her parents until she was married. So that
was the point. It was a father defends his daughter's honor until he hands her off to somebody.
Yes, for the wedding ceremony.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole point of a marriage. A marriage is going as a father saying, I am giving you are the new protector of my daughter now. That is the whole purpose of a wedding ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah. It's symbolic of what the marriage represents and symbolic of like I am the it's a partnership, I understand, but like I said, the men protect women. That's what we're talking about with that New York thing. It's like, why aren't men protecting women? It's like, if you view men and women as equal and they can protect themselves against stronger men, there's no reason for men to need to protect women. But it's like, that's what men do. That's what the marriage ceremony is. Like, now I'm the protector and guardian of this woman who is my wife. Now, I'm not saying that she's incapable or inferior. I'm just saying that it's a man's duty to protect his wife, his children, his daughters, his sons. That's the way the duty and responsibility of it is looked upon. Now, so with this modern society we're living in, women have started to live alone, do their own things. So like I said, all these chicks in New York, they're single girls who are just walking down the street. It's like looking at their phone, not worrying about the dangers that are around them.
They all saw Sex in the City. They know how the world works now.
Yeah, actually, I saw Sex in the City. They understand how the world is. But no. So it's like this meme. Or it's like a TikTok or a Instagram video where like where a guy is looking at the exit and goes, okay, there's an exit over there, there's an exit over there, there's a hostile looking dude over there in the corner. Like guys are walking through places, eyeing and sizing up potential challenges and threats to themselves and their family or their girlfriend. And then it cuts to the girl who's looking at her phone going, making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, just scrolling through my phone. That is literally the truth. Yep. That's how guys view the world. Now, women who have experienced horrible things, who have been assaulted, who have been involved in battery, they don't view the world like that. But like I said, because they're permanently traumatized by what happened. So they'll view things as threats or they'll just become shut-ins. But guys are always sizing up challenges and looking for ways out. Mm-hmm. Women don't do that unless something bad happens to them. And these chicks in New York are going to be permanently scarred by these experiences that they're having. Like, do you think any of these girls who have made these TikTok videos are going to be scrolling through their phone like this while they're walking down the street anymore? I think not. So, but again, the rise of modern technology has given more social mobility to women. For better or for worse. And I'm saying and better in a lot of ways, for worse in ways like this.
Well, they've even talked about how it's changed the dating market. Was back in the day, you were relegated to dating someone within your general area.
Yeah.
Now, with social media,
yeah,
we've heard the stories about girls being, hey, I'll fly you out to my...
famous rappers calling, who fly out girls
athletes,
from the Midwest.
Whatever, yeah.
It's like, hey, I'll fly you out. It's like some girl in Sperry, Oklahoma could get an IM from Drake, the famous rapper, and he'd be like, yeah, I'll fly you out to one of my concerts. You spend the weekend with me, and then he'll be like, okay, go home. I'm done with you. Instagram is actually the world's #1 dating app right now. It's not Hinge. It's not Twitter. It's not Tinder. It's not what is another Bumble. The biggest dating app is Instagram.
Yep.
So you have that, and anybody had, like, again, it's like what I was talking about yesterday. When you have your cell phone, like, this is a supercomputer in your pocket. A girl, like, men all over the world have access to women that they would never have had access to before.
In other countries.
Yeah. So,
to a girl that's had nothing her whole life, to some person who's supposedly a semi-famous celebrity, athlete, prince from Dubai, whatever.
Yeah.
Literally hitting them up. That sounds like the perfect... That's the Disney movie escape right there.
Yeah, it's better than going on a date with a 17, 18-year-old guy here in town, going to the movie theater, and then coming back and just going to a bonfire. I want to go to the beach. I want to fly on a plane. I want to go out on a private yacht. Mm-hmm. So, again, I want to kind of go deeper into this dark path that OnlyFans and these sugar daddy apps can create for young women. Now, don't get me wrong. Men are equally as responsible for this because our sexual appetites create a market for this. However, the market would not exist if it wasn't for young women allowing for it to exist. Like, if a girl puts herself out on the internet through OnlyFans or through a sugar daddy app, she's the market. She created the market, and all these guys are going to come and throw stuff at her. So that's the way you have to look at it. Dads, raise your daughters well. Teach them their self-worth. Teach them their values. Teach them to value their purity. And as well, teach your sons personal responsibility. Yeah. Teach them to take on as much responsibility as they can, to become the men that they should be, to have honor, to have honor, duty, respect. Those are the things that they need to cherish and hold.
I do believe that if every time, a woman, it's kind of a creepy thing, but if a woman thought that she disrespected her father every time that she, went to bed with a man, I think that they would probably...
That her father didn't approve of, yeah.
Exactly. She said every time you did something like that, you disrespected your father. I think there'd be a lot more. Women would, think about that a lot more. That's why fathers are so important.
We have taught our modern society to think as inwardly and as selfishly as possible. It's like, well, how does it make me feel? Okay. Well, that guy might be responsible. That guy might be a good man, but he's boring. He doesn't excite me, but he's personally responsible. Like I said, the bad boy, the Giga Chad, he's the one that excites me. He's the one that gives me the feels. He's the one that makes me tingle. It's like, that's the guy I want to be with, but he's the one that everyone around in society knows, oh, he's not worth a grain of salt. He ain't worth the salt. So, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And in this society, technology has changed the game. It's changed how we view the world and how the world views it. But again, these things are as old as time itself, though.
Yeah.
All the things we feel, like, technology changes, people don't.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. Now, women live in this dangerous place where they can weaponize their sexuality to get everything they want, and it feeds into their vanity. Again, like it's what I was talking about yesterday with those girls. It's like the girl getting a bikini picture, selling bikini pictures to a guy that paid her like what, $7,000 for it. That's grooming behavior. Because it's like, oh, it's just a picture of me in a bikini, not a big deal. Then the next time it's a picture of her in her risque lingerie or underwear, and then it's a nude picture, and then it's meeting in public. That's grooming. Like when you're communicating with these people online, they're grooming you. You're getting paid, so I mean that's nice, but they're also in turn grooming because you're like, well, I didn't get as much money last month as I did this month, so I'll do a little bit more weirder things. It's like this one guy tells me to do a dance for him personally and film it and then send him a personalized message. It's like, that's weird. That's weird. And you're setting yourself up for failure because whatever stays on the internet is on the internet forever. Period.
Yes. Hello, strange person I've never met on the internet. Please don't post these things that I've sent to you.
Yeah. So, and it's the same with the trans community currently too. It's like the difference being instead of it being a transactional cash transaction, it's a love bombing thing. So a kid comes out and goes, I don't know if I feel right in the skin that I'm in.
Well, they talked about this. There was a detransitioner that talked about this. The moment, they said they feel uncomfortable in their skin. They're, they go, oh, we feel the same way. We feel the same way. And then they go, well, you should start off something simple, like cut your hair short, look like a boy. Get a boy haircut. They take a picture of themselves and oh, you look so good.
Post it on Reddit or wherever. It's like, oh, you look great. You look great.
And then that is
next. It comes down to chop off a body part, whichever body part it is, whether it be your
it goes hormones then usually to that.
Yeah.
But yes, but it's scary stuff. It's scary stuff, and it's love bomb. That is love. You're right. Love bombing is grooming.
Love bombing from men when you're a young girl in this OnlyFans or sugar daddy environment, and then it's love bombing from the trans community to be like, hey, to be a part of us, to join the group. And then again, what's worse about the trans thing is once you've chopped off body parts, there's no coming back from that. But again, same goes for the girls. Don't sell your integrity for cash because it will weigh on you emotionally, spiritually. Eventually you're going to get to the point where I keep hearing women all online go, well, my kids can cry in a Ferrari. What a terrible way to view life. Through material gains. It's like, I don't care if my kids get bullied at school because of my life decisions.
Yep. Which that's one thing that we haven't even really touched on is there are kids being bullied for their mom's OnlyFans now. That's a thing.
Yeah. But again, don't sell your soul. Don't sell your integrity for cash, for acceptance from strangers on the internet. Don't do that because you have to live with it spiritually and emotionally for the rest of your life. Don't do that. So you got to teach your kids, our sons, our daughters, integrity. Because it's going to follow you forever. And even if you could care less about it being on the internet, not online, it will weigh on you spiritually and emotionally. Like, I can't tell you how many of these ex-porn stars or ex-OnlyFans girls just come out and they just go, I wish I hadn't done anything. That's how they all feel.
Yep.
They all feel that way eventually. It doesn't matter how much money they made. They feel gross. They feel disgusting because they did stuff that... Looking back on it, I shouldn't have done that.
Not to mention the documentary that I just watched. I need to find it and post it. But it's like they all either commit suicide, drug overdose, all sorts.
Or they fall back into the industry because they've got nothing else to fall back to.
Yeah, they have no other skills. Mm-hmm. And this goes for the guys, too. Like I said, he did one that had guys on it, too. Just like, yep, they all either end up like dying, committing suicide, or get into super hardcore drugs, alcohol abuse that end up killing them young anyway.
Yeah. So again, it's dangerous because it's a slow, progressive thing. You're like, oh, the money. And again, it appeals to, especially OnlyFans and the sugar daddy, it appeals to the vanity of girls. I'm so hot, I'm getting this, something for nothing. And you are. And it's like, I'm having a parasitic social relationship with these men who are just going to tell you everything you want to hear until you give them what they want. For the right price. It's not healthy. Again, who's the person who's your friend? Is it the person that tells you everything you want to hear, or is it the person that tells you the uncomfortable truth, but still hangs out anyway? It's like, hey man, you need to stop doing that because smoking weed and playing video games all day is not a way to live your life.
And that's the hardest thing to realize as a teenager.
Yeah.
Is the things that feel good. Yeah, the things that feel good. I just want to do things that make me feel good all the time. Like, It's not helping you in the long run.
Yeah.
It may be, you may think it is right now, but it's not going to help you in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I remember telling my friends in high school, it's like, hey man, you smoke too much weed, and you don't focus on the right things, and you're wasting time. And they would react violently, but they would still be my friend. But like I said, when you tell them that, it's like, hey man, I don't want to hear it. Imagine telling a girl who's being love bombed by strangers on the internet that it's a bad life decision. She goes, I'm making money. That's why it's hard dealing with teenagers, because it's hard to tell people what they need to hear when they keep hearing the only thing they keep hearing is stuff they want to hear. It doesn't matter how old you are, teenagers to adults struggle with this too. But it's very dangerous. That's why you have to raise your kids with values, integrity, and morals. So we've run a little bit long today, but I thought that was I don't feel like I elaborated enough on what we were talking about yesterday when it came to
what social media
and girls and teenagers dealing with the apps and the cost and weight of social media and what it does to you mentally. So, and again, people trying to manipulate you too.
Yep.
Because that's all life is. It's people trying to manipulate you to get what they want out of you, whether it be working a career or whether it be a relationship with someone. Like, are you in a relationship with someone who wants the best for you? Or are you in a relationship with someone who's just trying to manipulate you to get what they want, what's best for them? So the most important thing we have is our ability to discern and understand whether or not we're around somebody we can tell is a liar or someone who doesn't have the best intentions for us. That's the most important skill you learn in life, is whether or not you have the ability to discern the person you're dealing with has your best intentions at heart. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Twins with the Owasso Live, and this was the Morning Loop. We are signing off. God bless y'all.
See you later, everybody.